Hi guys, it's Dan. Hope everyone's doing really well. Just wanted to give you a really quick tutorial on something which I think is interesting and useful to many of you on my mini movies mailing list. And so what I'm doing is I'm currently running. Sorry, I'm not sure if the audio is good enough. I'm currently running to be MP in Walthamstow. And fingers crossed I won't become MP. It's much more about trying to push a project into the public mind and to kind of like push for virality, etc. Because it's a project called Power Station that we're doing, where we're trying to turn our street into a renewable power station. Many of you know about it. I'm not going to waste time too much. However, so as part of our ongoing campaign, we always get between 50 to 100 email leads coming into our system every single day using a short film. Now those then become paid members, some of them of our power station. We've got about 400 paid members at the moment, and or else some of them will put money into crowdfunders, or at some point they will convert into some income, and we're happy with that. But what's really interesting is that that is like basically a top of the funnel type of idea. So let me just show you something which I noticed earlier on my sales page for mini movies. So if you just look here, awareness, right? So this is just where people become aware of us and interested in us. Now at the point where they're joining our mailing list, many of them are only aware and they're not really even that interested, but our job is to try and make them more interested in us, and we'll do that through sending emails with videos maybe connected, update videos, etc., and then we'll put them on a daily or at least a weekly email list, and that will keep us in their mind, and we know that they're interested in the type of thing that we do because we've thought about who our ideal avatar is, etc., and we've crafted a film to basically show them that we can help them in some way, and it might just be that they're in some form of a pain, like if you're a coach of some kind, a health coach or a physical coach, or a psychologist, or whatever, or it might be a little bit like the offer that you're inside now, where you're an artist and you need to work out a marketing strategy. So I'm helping you with a mini movie, etc. Anyway, they've become aware of you. You don't know if they're interested. You're going to keep communicating with them and that makes them go from just aware to maybe potentially interested or uninterested, and they can always unsubscribe. Then they move into a phase called consideration, intent, evaluation, purchase, right? So we're going to have that across our mini movie. People are only committing, remember, to joining a mailing list or buying a very low ticket product. But so a lot of this basically will happen on email, for me at least, because and in Power Station it certainly does, but I also want it to happen on Facebook, right? So at the moment my mini movie is effectively an awareness generating tool which also shares information, it shares facts, it shares opinions, it shares emotions, and and it's good enough to get 50 to 100 people regularly signing up every single day for the budget that I'm happy to spend. Now I don't want to leave all of this like good stuff only to my mailing list. I want to also be able to retarget, in other words, build up more connection with the people who have watched 25% of my film or more, because not everyone wants to join a mailing list, right? So many people, it takes them many touches, etc., before they would consider joining a mailing list or buying a thing. So how do I deal with that problem? Well, I go into Facebook and I can see that I've got my top of funnel Power Station lead gen advert, and I can see here that today, interestingly, I've got 17 leads for £3.17 on one of my adverts each, and on the other one I have 33 leads for £1.70. Clearly this is the best deal of the day for me. However, like what's happening there, if I go into my video views, this is just for today, June the 21st, is that I can see that my video, this is about a kind of 5-minute documentary, has had here 132 plays, very interestingly, at 50%. on both of my adverts, and on this one it's had 98 at 75% and 100 at 75%. So it's very predictable, if you could see. So I'm running 2 ads, both with the same mini movie in it. Now, so I've got 132 people on this one, yeah, who have watched 50%. Now that's quite, that's quite a significant amount of people watching. However, I've only got 17 email leads have come in on that one, and inexplicably on this one, 33. Now over the last week, these 2 adverts would probably balance out when you look at the cost per lead. One is, weirdly, the one that's much cheaper today is more expensive over 7 days. So you never switch out ads just based on daily performance. They will have ups and downs. But that as well, if you look over a week, right? So let's just do a week. I can see that I've had 1,631 views at 50% of my main documentary advert on this one. And on this, which is the lead gen, 1,000. Okay, so, but look at the leads that we've got. The email leads, we've only got 400 or 500 email leads. So, like, basically, I can only follow up, if I'm doing email, I can only follow up these 500. Whereas, actually, what about these 2,600 and more? Because I'm also running other adverts. So, we've got another 1,000 people who've watched 50% of other content like BBC documentaries, etc. So I need a way of dealing with these. So do you see how here I write TOF, which means top of funnel? All of this material is top of the funnel. In other words, I'm speaking to people who don't know me, who don't like me, who don't yet trust me. And my job now is to try and build the trust and engage with them up until they decide whether they want to buy, or they decide to exit my funnel by unsubscribing. So what I now want to do is, in order to not just make it an email funnel, I want it also to be a video funnel. I need to build a middle of funnel, right? So I have a few things going on in the middle of the funnel, and that means that these people are being retargeted. And you see how here I've written hot 30? That means that I've told Facebook that I want to communicate with people and I break my audience into different buckets. I can speak to people who have seen my content and 25% or more of it, or even less. I could do it like for 10-second views. I think for 365 days I could do that. Would be like the maximum. But in reality, I mainly don't really want to speak to people who have not interacted with my video, my Facebook page, one of my websites, my Instagram page. If they haven't really looked at it or interacted with it for 30 days, I usually move them away. And if they've done something in the last 7 days, well, that, then they become a super warm lead and very, very worth my while to retarget with further adverts. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I go about building an advert to retarget. So you see here I've got top of funnel and middle of funnel. That means that I'm effectively using 2 different forms of targeting in this advert. However, what I'm gonna look at is my middle of funnel sales, or my middle of funnel warm stack. Now a warm stack just means that I've got more than one advert in this campaign. So you can see, like, when we look at Facebook, we have a campaigns tab, we have an ad sets tab. This is where we set our audience and our budget, and this is where the ads themselves get written, tab number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on this, which will take me into an ad set, and we can see here that I have, like, in £1 a day, various different, and that's all I'm spending on this ad set, is literally like £1 a day on various different ads, which are basically just speaking to people who have watched my Power Station trailer. So I'm just chatting to them, and what I'm going to do is basically just have a quick look at one of these ad sets. So this is a BBC breakfast film. Let's have a little look what we got going on in here. So this ad set in terms of the audience that I've put in, 25% video view Power Station Shorts, Instagram and Facebook, 365 days. 365 days, 25% video views of my 3 to 7 minute films. Bank Job Feature Doc, 25%, 30 days. And then Hot 30, 10 seconds Power Trailer, Hot 30, 25% video view, Power Trailer. And all of these are audiences. And then I've got website audiences, Hot 30, all visitors, Bank Job Pixel for Kartra, Hot 30, all website visitors to Power and Bank Job, etc. So anyone that has been on and who has done any of these things, watched one of my little trailers in the last 30 days, basically could get served my other adverts. And this one here has a link to a film or a piece that was written about us in the big issue a while back, and you know, here's the copy of it. Now I don't want to change anything in there. In fact, this is just a draft, so it hasn't actually been used for anything. But what I do want to do is probably just to what I will probably do is just create actually a new advert, especially to show you. So this is in my middle of funnel warm stack, so that's the campaign name that we've clicked on a minute ago. Now the ad set, I need to create an ad set, unless I use an existing one, but just to show you how to do it, I'm going to create an ad set, and I'm going to call this one my middle of funnel June 24. And then, but I'm going to need to actually get in there and tell it what I want it to do. So that will then be and now create an ad for it. Let me just hold on a sec, because I want to just make sure that I actually, let's edit this. So we're going to create our ad set, and this is a very interesting thing to be retargeting. Now my daily budget for retargeting, I might just put it at £2. I tend to have like a series of retargeting adverts which I do at £1 a day, but this one I think is a great, it's a fresh new Instagram post. Not that the Instagram post has done that well on its own, but I kind of still think actually that's a point. You do, if you're going to use an existing post and turn it into an advert, you do kind of want to take something that's done quite well. But I'll tell you why I want to use this. It's because it's of a product, right? And so whenever you post a product organically on Instagram, it will tend to bomb because people don't feel like they like to be sold to in that way. But if you boost it as an advert, then people are more willing to accept it because they realize, oh, actually that's kind of cool. So now here, when I'm coming into my audiences, I don't want to do a lookalike audience. I want to go for a custom audience. Now I've created all of these different custom audiences in the past. So Hot 7 Power saved post or page, Hot 7 Power clicked any call to action on any of my ads, Hot 7 Power in the last 7 days, Hot 7 Power engaged with an ad or a post in the last 7 days, Hot 7 Power page visitors, anyone who's visited one of my pages in the last 7 days, Hot 7 Power page engagement. So this is like a really hot audience. So I just need to keep pressing, like clicking these. So let me just have a little look. And then it will layer up my audience for me. So let's go for Hot 7. Hot 7. Now I could do another video where I show you how to set up these custom audiences, because I think that would be really, really useful. Now I'm not just going to go for, in fact, maybe I should keep it like puritanical and keep it for a hot, this could be a Hot 7, and I could test this against my Hot 30, and I could exclude my Hot 7 from my Hot 30 if I wanted, but that's getting a little bit too advanced. So okay, so now I know that there's a lot of code words and it sounds a bit weird, but honestly, don't worry too much about any of that. Now I'm going to keep placements to advantage this time, Often I tell people to just go with manual, but because it's a retargeting ad, so in other words, these people already know, like, and trust me, I don't mind really where it goes. And then I'm going to click publish that. Now I'm moving through into the ad setup area now, so hopefully we'll get to that in a sec. So now what kind of what do I actually want to do for the ad is now the question. How irritating. I would always recommend that you put Ads Manager for whichever account you're using onto a bookmark in case things like that happen. Just give me 1 second, I'll be back into it. So I was working inside of a campaign here, which is called, I think, Warm Stack Middle of the Funnel. So let's just click that. And I think, oh golly, what was I working in? Middle of the Funnel, June 24. So remember, this is the place where I set the budget, and I've only put it in as £1 a day just to show you. And by the way, for my main ads, I spend like hundreds a day, but for my retargeting, I don't need to spend anything like that because these people are warm. There's not that many of them. You know, it's in the thousands rather than in the millions. So I don't need to spend. So it's saved all of this about my Hot 7. And now what I'm going to do is double click that, and now I'm going into my awareness. So this is where I actually choose what's written and what features in my ad. So I'm definitely going to use my Instagram account, and I'm just going to, this is going to be probably actually an Instagram based idea. So now this is going to be what's this going to be? It's going to be like Power Welcome Pack, because Hillary posted this the other day and it looked really cool. So now instead of saying create ad, I'm going to say use existing post, and now it's going to show me the types of posts. Change the post here. So I'm going to now get access to all the different recent posts that I've been using. I'm going to click here for Instagram, and I am going to hopefully be able to, yeah, there we go, lots of packing for new members at the power station, right? And I'm going to click hello, continue. Now it should theoretically hopefully allow me to add a button. See the call to action here. I don't want people to send me a message because I really don't like getting messages from people. I would like to get instead order now. And then tracking of website events, that would be ideal. However, it may prove complicated because pixels have really changed. Website URL. So I'm just going to quickly get all of this. Go back to the Ads Manager. Pop it in. So there we go. Now there is this kind of new thing in Facebook where it will generate various different options, and you know, with AI, I still avoid this, and the reason why I do is because if I want to test out various different types of text, what I'll do is I'll duplicate the ad various different times and put different budgets in so that I can actually measure. If Facebook's just creating all of these different things for me, it never allows me to measure which one's actually better, so I don't actually know, so I don't learn anything. And then secondly, the other problem is that it will lose social proof as well. Social proof is just where people like it and share it and all that type of stuff. So I can't change the text here, and when I press this little button down here for publish, it won't allow me to change text. So if I want to change any text, I would need to go directly into Instagram, because remember, this is an Instagram post. So I mean, for the purposes of this right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to press go. And now what will happen is that Facebook is going to want to, if I'm saying anything offensive or something like that. So you could see here it's processing, so it needs time to get checked out by Facebook. Now while I'm here, I'm going to duplicate this ad really quickly with a quick duplicate, and I'm going to also create a like power election ad. So this one's interesting because again it's going to be use existing post. I'm going to select my post. I'm probably going to take it from I'm taking it from Instagram again, because like most of the stuff that we're doing right now is Instagram. So now I'm going to take this one, which is an Instagram reel, and I'm just going to click on no, I might just say support us in our crowdfunder on the bottom and then put a button, but I better do that now quickly on Instagram before I publish it. So I'm just gonna say God, how are we gonna do this quickly? There's the three dots at the top, so I'll just quickly edit that and say please support our crowdfunder. And then there'll be a button on it. So I've just edited that now. So when I click that here, let's just have a little look. Continue. I'm going to add a button. So remember, I don't want a messenger call to action. I want to like support us or like buy something kind of thing. Order now. And then again here, now I'm going to put in our crowdfunder. And make sure you get exactly the right URL. There we go. Okay, and now remember that you know I'll publish that again, and now that I've got two adverts in my ad set, if you think about it, I am going to add a bit more budget, right? Because £1 a day, like even like this is a hot 7, so £1 a day per ad is perfectly. So I'm going to say like middle of funnel June 24. I'm going to say hot 7 because I might also want to try this for the hot 30. Hot 7 June 24 election related. Okay, hope that's helpful. I hope that was really useful. So we're going to build our funnel on Facebook. We're going to run a funnel through Facebook, but we're also going to run it through our email series as well. And you know, like so we're going to pre-write a sequence of emails for people who do join our mailing list or who buy our thing, etc. And some of those people will want to upgrade into our better offers. And not that there's anything wrong with our low ticket offers. They're going to be great, but there's only so much you can do for £10. Whereas if you have £10,000, think of the difference you can make to a client. All right, okay, that's it for today, and thank you for watching, and wish